Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to a scrapbooking process video. I will scrap that picture of Malachi, and I am going to use my Happy Life little blue letter stickers. And I'm showing there that I have got template for my rocket that I plan on making. I'm going to also use simple spellbinders, Ikaboo, and then also that Sizzix, and it's planets, rockets, and satellite. There's a satellite on there, so it's those three things. Kind of a long title. Um, I will think in just a second to show you that um, template that I used again. But yeah, I fold a piece of paper in half about the size I want it, and then I cut it, and that way I don't have a fold in the cardstock that I plan on using. And I had extra pieces cut out, but you will see in a minute that they're not going to be shaped. I'm just going to cut them as I go because I got to thinking that would be so much easier. Those two blue cardstocks are two different ones. The bottom one is, I believe it's Stampin' Up, and it's like a dotted Swiss, so it does have texture. And then that wide blue piece laying there, I used my scoreboard on it and put some lines on it. And I was debating which one I was going to put where and if I'm just going to use the wide one or not. And I decided I wanted to use both. I um, am using liquid glue on this because I want them to stick. And, a couple of them's kind of on the small side. But I usually use liquid glue on my punch art. It's just a lot quicker and easier than pulling out any dry tape. I punched those out in 1¼ inch and 1½ inch, and they're going to be my background. And then I'm going to use my little Ikaboo head hood. I think that's a hood, but I'm going to use it as a astronaut's helmet. I think it's called a helmet. Anyway, I am putting it on there, and of course the hair, I had to have the hair on there. And then I'm going to remember to put the pink cheeks because his cheeks are pretty rosy in the photo, and I didn't want to forget. Every now and then I forget, but I remembered this time. I'm making some little shoulders for him too, and he'll be looking out the window. Only it won't be layered as that because I didn't want the extra work. I just layered him on top. And I'm putting it on the darker part and in the top part of the rocket because, the bottom parts fall off, at least some of the videos I've watched. So I wanted to make sure he was up there where he was safe. I um, did cut two smaller ones for the exhaust, I guess it is. I don't know. I am not rocket knowledgeable or astronaut knowledgeable either for that matter. But there is a rocket that's on the sticker sheet I went kind of sort of by. And I'm going to kind of dress it up a little bit like it is on the one that's there, the center part, so that they'll match. And I'm putting it on the table so that it'll line up straight and look straighter instead of one leg being higher than the other. Yeah, and I was planning on putting foam tape on the bottom then, but I will remember it before I actually put it on the paper. I freehand cutting out this cloud and thought I would just make clouds in the background, but I'll decide to go ahead and use that one, and I will cut another one out too. And I believe that's broken china is what I'm using for the blue background. I'm only doing the left-hand side because I do plan on putting that striped paper on the right-hand side. And that is from, I think I didn't mention it, that's my boy from Echo Park. Yeah, it was gifted to me for my birthday, and I'm getting some pretty good use out of it. Uh, since Malachi's looking over to the left side of the paper, I decided to go ahead and put my rocket on that side, especially since his mouth is wide open, like, oh, wow, and yeah, I thought I'd put it there. And um, my title is Unstoppable, and then I'm going to have a subtitle that's Static Care, I Don't Care, because he is in the tunnels and in the rockets and all those places at the park. And his hair got pretty staticky while he was in there. And I did spell unstoppable wrong. And I don't even notice it till I go to save my video. And I started typing it out and I did two P's. And it hit me. I don't think I put two P's in my title. So I went back and fixed it. So photos at the end will be spelt correctly. And the unstoppable is what made me decide to put that cloud there. I thought, man, it looks like it's just hanging out way over the edge of the photo. And I wanted to put something there to have as a cluster, and have everything together, and kind of, you know, wander on over to the photo. And so I went ahead and hand cut out another one to go with it. And I made it smaller and I inked it less because it's more in the background. And that was when I decided that I did not have enough on my cluster there, that I needed something else in a little bit more color. So I'm making a UFO. I cut a 1-inch circle, but I wanted the bottom of that circle to match the curve of the bottom part of the spaceship. And I knew I was going to use that small oval there. Kind of hard to talk today, but I used it, and since that circle's kind of on the small side, I put it ATG adhesive on a piece of scrap paper and stuck it to it, and then put it in the punch and cut that curve. And so one is a lighter color blue than the other one, but I inked them in the same color, mostly because I was too lazy to get another one out. But I did lay on there, and I punched out 3 circles with that 1/4-inch punch, but decided that it was too big and I was going to grab out the 1/8-inch punch. But I remembered seeing 3 little blue enamel dots that I thought would work, so I pulled them out and put them on there instead, kind of like the lights on there. And I am not sure how I noticed that border laying over there. I did have the punch laying out to show y'all, but that was one that I didn't use on a layout. It was a little shorter than I thought. It was a scrap. I didn't realize it was a scrap when I used it, and I thought it was 12 inches, and I needed the whole 12 inches for that border. But this one I didn't, so I decided to go ahead and use it on this layout. And after putting the lights on there, I got to thinking I'd like an antenna on my UFO. So I used the tail end of my dragonfly punch. I love that punch, and I've hardly ever punched it out as a dragonfly. More often, I've used it for other odds and end reasons on punch art. But yeah, if you got an oval punch, a circle punch, and anything you could use for an antenna, you can make yourself a UFO. Well, we can't identify it, so it is a spaceship. But that's it. That's my layout. And I had fun making it and using the colors that Malachi has on for my rocket. And I thought the little Eek-a-Boo from Spellbinders, I love that die set and I use it so often. And I did get mine on one of their clearance sales, and they didn't normally have it in there because it was discontinued when I got it. So if you watch the email from Spellbinders and they have a sale, they might have that again. And it comes in really handy if you make little extra things for your layout. But yeah, there's my rocket and my lights going across there on it. And I thought about doing some flames because there is some flames in that one die set. But I decided, no, I was just going to have it sitting still because he was climbing in the rockets and stuff. And there's my spaceship. And I did move that left-handed one up just a tiny bit more so it'd go more with the curve. I think it must have stuck to my finger a little bit when I went to move my hand after I put it on there because I felt like I had it in the right place to start with. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. I appreciate that too. But have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun with your punches and your dies. Bye.